Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler. Welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, see what's in store with a message from the Spirit. How are you all doing today? How's the energy? How's the start to your week? How's that feeling of freedom that Spirit brought through in the cards? This week I'm using the Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. So let's carry on with the messages and see what they wish to reveal. All right, Spirit, any insights here? No. Okay. 2 jumper cards. You know what's interesting? So it's not that they said, no, we have no insights, but I see them all standing around kind of this round table, and they're all just standing there looking at me. And not in like a creepy way or a serious way, but just kind of like looking and waiting, like waiting for the cards to come out. So kind of interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay. This makes a lot of sense. So with this concept of freedom, this concept that we really kicked the week off with yesterday, what's really interesting that's coming through now is 2 main things to consider for the whole rest of the week. First one is with the porcupine spirit. This is time for the beginner mind. This is so important when we're stepping into an energy of freedom, because sometimes we can actually block our flow of freedom when we think we understand the way in which it must work, right? When we become so proficient in something, we then start to, through the brain, decide how it's going to be, and we actually block the energy of spirit and that energy of flow and co-creation because we're so proficient in something that we determine how it's going to be. However, with this new sense of freedom and this ability to take flight, we need to actually bring in the lens of curiosity, of new beginnings in the beginner's mind here. So see how you can look at the world, look at your life story with fresh eyes today as you move through the week, because there's beautiful things to unfold. And the reason is those fresh eyes, that beginner's mind, with the raven spirit, the white raven, which says trust in the magic, it allows us to see the magic. It allows us to, see the different spectrum of color. If I use that comparison, we're stepping into an ability to see full spectrum color now. And if we determine that we can only see the main 7 colors, well, then we're going to miss the full spectrum that is available. We have to have this new beginner mind to see what can show itself for us as we move forward. Okay, so something to consider there. Now, the other messages with all of this, trusting the magic, time for beginners and all of that, we have the starfish energy, which is really reiterating that. Open to infinite possibility. With your ability to fly and feel that freedom, really shake yourself free of anything that's held you back and open to infinite possibility. And what I'm getting to is this is really an energy of spirit saying, hey, we've heard you. We know what you are desiring. And now we're co-creating. So open up your energy, your mind, your eyes, all of that to the infinite possibilities, because you are creating what it is you want. You are weaving this. And what I really get is many of you are actively weaving this beautiful web of your creations and all of that while you are in sleep state. And so what's really interesting is the work that you're doing in your waking state right now is really being echoed in your sleep state. And what that means is many of you are working behind the scenes in the higher realms, and the ether energy and the spirit energy is your higher selves, different versions of self, to help align the framework, energetically speaking, for what you're manifesting in this reality now. So this is a really beautiful time for you to recognize the potency and the what am I trying to say? I'm being shown how far your reach is. And so that's what they're getting at. The potency of your energy allows you to reach very far, which means the web you're creating is not just for a singular opportunity. This is for your lifetime, for your expression here. You're weaving that behind the scenes when you're sleeping. So for some of you maybe that aren't spending a lot of time in sleep state, this would be a really, really beneficial thing to do. And say if you're someone who just can't sleep very well, then time spent in peaceful contemplative meditation also allows your spirit more energy to do these weavings behind the scene. Okay, because there's a lot being put together. Now, something to consider with these weavings, I'm not surprised this next card came out. It is the Coyote Spirit. And it says, trust in divine detours. Now think of it, when you watch a spider weaving a web, sometimes the web is a little bit, some strings are longer than others because they have to go around different obstacles or, create a little detour so that they can find that flow and a stronger anchor point. So consider if you're finding some detours that you're having to do in your life right now, your waking life, it's because it's part of the weavings that you've been doing behind the scenes so that you can better facilitate your journey forward, create more flow, more ease. And Spirit is saying it's really a time right now where things are moving in a more cohesive nature. And so you're really beginning to see the fruits of these weavings, especially when you bring in that beginner's mind like the porcupine spirit. But they're saying don't be dismayed by any detours. There's purpose in the detours, right? It's just about the anchor points in the weaving. So really consider that. Now, another cool thing they're showing me is you can tap into this energy of the weavings if you really want, in meditation, in your journaling, in however you connect in. You can ask for clear insights of what's happening in your personal weavings. Connect to your higher self and say, higher self, what are we weaving up there? What are you doing on your end? And you may be able to get some insights. You may just get an energy. You may get a representation through a sign or symbol of what's going on or what the focus is over there. Again, there's so many ways that this can show itself. And so it's really interesting to let it unfold. And so one example I can give you is just yesterday I was pondering things in my mind and my guides were kind of listening in on what I was pondering. And when I took a moment to close my eyes, all of a sudden there was this huge gray wolf right in front of me, pawing at me. And I was like, oh, what is it you need? What are you trying to show me? And then this wolf showed me this beautiful imagery of a rainbow and like hearts in the rainbow and clear skies. And it was a message about like trusting the energy in my heart space and being peaceful in that and not being diverted with, busyness of life, like fall into trusting the path kind of thing. And it's because they were listening to the thoughts that were going on in my mind, right? And they were like, no, hey, let's just stay focused here. Don't get carried away. And so we can tap in and tune into some of the weavings or the main picture or the main goals from the other side's view. So something to consider with this, because this again is a lot of abundance, a lot of magic in the air for you, but it requires fresh lens, fresh eyes, beginner's mind. All right? Okay, I will leave that with all of you for today. Thank you so much for joining me as always. I appreciate you big time. And I forgot to mention yesterday, thank you everyone so much for the birthday wishes. You all know how to make a girl feel pretty wonderful. So thank you so much. Filled my heart. And I look forward to connecting with all of you tomorrow. Have a good day.